told your friend you're not okay? And tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. Guess you're trying to stay.
Have you ever felt like the whole world is laughing at you, yet you still can't stop loving? You'd never believe that just 2 years ago, I was washing strangers' sheets, hiding calluses under gloves, and dreaming of nothing more than simply being seen. But it didn't start with love. It started with betrayal. Yes, you heard me right. Because Daniel, the man I married, wasn't my savior at first. He was part of the pain. I worked as a cleaner at the Alliance Hotel, the very place where billionaires, celebrities, and people whose names are printed in gold letters stay. I knew every tile in the lobby, every curve of the staircase, every room where guests left behind half-finished champagne and broken promises. It was in room 101 that I first saw him. He walked in with her, tall, slender, wearing a couture dress worth more than I earned in a year. She laughed loudly, as if the whole world owed her its attention. And he looked at her, but his eyes were empty. As if his body was present, but his soul had long since wandered far away. I tried not to notice him. But one day, while cleaning up after their dinner, I found a photograph on the floor. In it, a young Daniel, about 20, stood with a guitar, wearing a denim jacket, hugging a girl with freckles and tousled hair. On the back was written, "You are my freedom. Don't let me go." I put the photo back, but I couldn't forget it. Because in his eyes in that picture, there was life. In reality, only a mask. Weeks passed. I noticed how he stayed alone more and more often, how he'd sit by the window in the lobby, watching the rain, drinking black coffee without sugar. Once, seeing me, he suddenly said, "You always move so quietly as if you're afraid to wake someone else's dreams." I didn't answer, but my heart raced. And then came the moment that changed everything. His fiancée, Victoria, called me into their suite one day. "Listen here," she said without even looking at me, adjusting her diamond earrings. "You linger too long in our room. And you look at him too often." She smirked. "Don't dream. You're just dust on his path. Not even real dust, just a stain." I walked out holding my head high. But inside, I was trembling. And yet, I couldn't stop. Because one night, while cleaning the balcony on the 10th floor, I overheard their argument. "You don't love me?" Daniel shouted. "You love my name, my bank account, my surname. And you?" She shot back coldly. "Are you even capable of love? Or are you just afraid of being alone?" In that moment, I understood. He was trapped too. And for the first time, I felt compassion. Then, hope. But the worst happened a week later. I don't know what drove me. Maybe exhaustion. Maybe desperation. Or maybe that foolish belief that if you speak the truth, the world becomes a little more honest. I approached him in the lobby as he waited for the elevator. "Mr. Daniel," my voice trembled. "I have to tell you, I'm in love with you. Not with your reputation. Not with your money. But with the man I saw in that photograph. With the one who watches the rain as if searching for an escape." He froze. And at that exact moment, Victoria stepped out from behind a column, followed by the hotel manager and 2 security guards. "Oh my God!" She laughed, clapping her hands. "The cleaner confesses her love. How touching." They laughed as if I were a character in some cheap farce. "Should we organize a charity gala? Save the cleaner from loneliness." I ran. Tears blurred my vision. I felt I'd lost everything, even my dignity. But the next morning, Daniel didn't go to their suite. He came to the storage closet where we kept cleaning supplies. "I'm sorry," he said, looking straight into my eyes. I didn't know they were listening. But I didn't laugh. I stayed silent. Your eyes, he stepped closer. In them, I saw myself for the first time, truly. Not as an heir to an empire. Not as Victoria's fiancé. Just Daniel. He told me everything. How his family had pressured him for years to marry his business partner's daughter. How Head tried to rebel, studied music, ran away to Portugal, wrote songs, but always came back because he couldn't abandon his ailing mother. And you, he took my hand, gloves and all. You look at me as if I could be anyone, even happy. 3 days later, he broke off the engagement. Victoria caused a scandal. His father disowned him. The press wrote, "Hair dumps fiancé for a maid." But Daniel didn't give up. He sold his car, rented a small apartment by the sea, and got a job as a barista in a tiny cafe. Now I earn my own money, he told me on his first day. And every ruble is honest. We started from zero. I still cleaned, but now in offices. He made coffee and played guitar by the seaside in the evenings. We ate cheap pasta, watched sunsets, and dreamed out loud. And a year later we got married. Not in a cathedral, not in a couture gown, but barefoot on the beach, to the sound of waves. I wore a simple white dress I'd sewn myself, and he wore that same denim jacket from the photograph. As he slipped the ring onto my finger, he whispered, "You gave me the courage to be myself. And I'll give you the whole world. Not because it's mine, but because you deserve it." Today, we live in a house with a garden and an old guitar in the corner. We don't have billions, but we have mornings when he kisses me without noticing the calluses on my hands. And evenings when I listen to his songs and know every lyric is about me. Because true love doesn't choose status, it chooses the soul. And sometimes it comes to you in a cleaner's uniform, just to remind you, you deserve to be loved wholly, not just for the part you show the world.